Gracious me!
What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to another episode of The Road to Glory. I am dead right now. I can't breathe. My head is banging. I've had no sleep. My eyes are watering. I can't speak for more than, I'd say, 3 minutes without having to blow my nose or something. I've got a cold and I don't handle them very well. I'm going to go into Foot Champs here. And I've only played a few games, actually. I will play them all, but my main bulk of games were going to be played sort of between, I would say, 8 o'clock Saturday night into the early hours. And I'm just going to rinse through as many games as possible, and I'll finish the whatever I have left then on Sunday. So not too much in the way of gameplay today. I've put it off a little bit, and I've still got more than enough time to finish it, and I will do it. But I've put it off because I'm just not feeling the best, unfortunately. So it is what it is. I've got a couple of comments to go through. Some of them we'll do when we go live. This is going to be one of the, if not the shortest episode I've ever done of The Road to Glory. And it's just because I can't speak for too long. Nearly went then again. Without my voice like sort of breaking or anything like that, or hurting in general. So I've tried to tone down the sheer number of videos I've done and the talking I've done over the last 24 hours or so. And hopefully we can come back tomorrow and be perfectly fine. But we weren't missing a day of The Road to Glory regardless of what went down. So a couple of comments was Ben Boozle said, get the Flashback Boateng. And I tell you what, I looked at it straight away and I thought, ooh, I like that, and that could go into my team. You know, we could maybe put him in instead of Pjanic. And then I looked at the stats and I wasn't best pleased. And then I looked at what was required to get him, 85, 84 rated team, and that put me off straight away. So I'll go through why exactly I'm not a massive fan when we go live. I will go through that SBC. We've got a really decent comment here, right? Because it just made me laugh, and I needed something to make me laugh. Big Dog Gaming 13 with the comment on screen right now. It was a corker because it's just so random. And I like that, and thank you very much for making me smile. Someone said Tom Hardy, and it's got 4 thumbs up. Is that a what? I don't get it. We lost a game. It's just my headspace right now, right? That guy deserved to beat me, hands down. But I think any other day, and I would have given him a better game. It's unfortunate, really, that I'm feeling absolute crap. But this guy made a mistake, a catastrophic mistake. He's got Salah and Sturridge up front. They're both left-footed with poor weak foot, right? Or weak feet, yeah. And Hadji as well is left-footed. So every single time he was playing the ball forward, he'd have to try and get it onto one of the players' left foot. So I knew that. So all I had to do was just stand there waiting for him to cut inside. And he couldn't fathom out that I think he needed to make a sub. He needed to get a right-footed player on there to make me think twice about which way he wants to go. Because every single attacking player, I'm not quite sure what foot Henrik Mkhitaryan's got, but he was definitely, look at him, he's just trying to get on the left foot of everybody. Mkhitaryan actually scores with his left there. The ball took a bit of a lucky bounce and it managed to get to him to make it 1-1. But I knew I could win this game. It was just a case of persevering, getting the ball forward, trying to find some space. We got lucky where the ball bounced back to us there. Fabinho plays the ball forward to Dybala, who gets lucky again and wins a free kick. And this was a very good free kick indeed. I don't like taking them these days from this like standing position and just drilling it a goal or bending it over the wall. As you know, we send a player around the outside of the wall, and it was Mertens. And that is a low-driven effort. I don't score many of those. In fact, I don't try them. It was a timed low-driven. And I was quite proud that I'd managed to score that. We went 2-up, of course. I am struggling so bad to speak right now. Dybala plays it inside to Fabinho, who plays it to Sanchez on as a sub. And that is a decent goal. Sanchez could feature a little bit more soon, and I'll have to explain that again when I go live, and that's kind of what we're going to do. We're going to go through some of the SBCs and why I'm not doing this, why I want to do this, why I may or may not do this, and then the teams, because of course I said to you in yesterday's episode that we may buy an icon today, and it may be Jari Litmanen, because everyone was telling me to get Jari Litmanen. Not that it's because he's a great player or anything, but because he's the player that I, most like in real life. So everyone was saying, just do it, live your dreams. So let's go live and let's talk about that a little bit more. If there's a very bad cut at some point, it's because I've just sloped off to die somewhere. But Jari Litmanen, at the moment, is out of my price range completely, because there was one on the market earlier for like 900 and something. He's gone, and now the only one left is 1.5. Well, that's a false representation of how much he actually costs, because he is about 900k for the prime. Now, if I was to get him, not only would I have to sell UCL Tellez and UCL Florenzi, which I haven't sold yet, but they're not there for this concept squad, I'd have to get rid of Dybala. There's just no two ways about it. Now, I know a lot of you will probably be saying, well, just don't worry about it. Get Littmanen where Dybala currently plays. I am struggling so bad. Get Pjanic in there, and then get Nainggolan in there. Job done. I mean, I know that's not the right way around and what have you, and there is another way to do it, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, that's the way that it would line up in game, pretty much. And that's rubbish. I don't like it at all. I need Dybala, because he's not left-footed. Jari Littmanen has a 4-star weak foot, sure, and he's got some really nice long shot stats, which is nice. But I can't play him where Dybala plays. It just wouldn't work. Don't want to put him up front, and I don't necessarily want to change formations to a 4-2-3-1 either. I kind of want to stick to a 4-3-2-1. So if I was to sell Dybala, maybe I could put Shaqiri back in, but then that would mean that I'd have to go and buy a left wing, or maybe we could use Alexis Sanchez, as I said. It just poses sort of more problems for me than it actually fixes. The other option that I was thinking was this. The baby Steven Gerrard is perfect. He would go... I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't play this formation. I'd be playing a... where is it? 4-3-2-1. If we can get there. There you go. 4-3-2-1. Like we do now. But instead of... So yeah, that would be there. That would be there. Obviously, this doesn't work for chemistry, but this is what we would switch to in-game. That's essentially what we'd be like in-game. It works for chem if I switch it round, but, you know, in-game we'd switch to this. And that's what I want, I think, because this Steven Gerrard card, 890 or 899, just gone back up, actually, because there was one... He's expired now, so someone's relisted that. But either way, you can get it for like 800 and something. And I know it's the baby, but look at the state of it. As a CDM in particular, which is what I'm looking for, that's actually the best CDM Steven Gerrard card you can buy. The mid and the prime are very, very good, and they are an improvement, especially within the stamina department. But they are, again, far too much money, and they're better in the sort of attacking sense, and I need him to be good as CDM. So... that, for me, is, I think, what I want to do. The issue, again, here is I would need to sell Dybala, and I wouldn't quite have enough. With that, let's move on a little bit, because it's not a cop-out, because I'm still tempted to do it. I could go to Alexis Sanchez and Shaqiri and use those for now, and then when we get the money, we can buy Dybala back or something. But we'll talk about that again in a second. I've been doing a lot of bronze pack method. I was like, you know what, I'm going to make money here. These are not selling for anywhere near as much as they used to be. 1-2 now is a standard squad fitness price. The bronze pack method is working tremendously well because, as you can see, we're up to 175 coins, whereas we were on about 150. So we are making money from it. I've extended my transfer list as well. So let me clear that. My transfer list is now 70 items instead of 50. I do have an account that's like full and I can gift myself. I just keep forgetting to do it. I'm struggling to see. My eyes are watering big time. But I'm going to continue to do some bronze pack method off camera. I'll show you what we sell and so on and so forth. And then before we end the episode, like I said, I do apologise, it's really short, but I am struggling big time here. This Boateng card. His stamina isn't the best. I know it's only just shy of what Steven Gerrard is, but it's Steven Gerrard, so I couldn't care less whether his stamina is 6 or not. His balance is poor, and the rest of it is decent. You know, I'm not gonna sit here and bash it. His agility and his balance are poor, but I don't mind that necessarily because he's very, very, very well rounded. He can go forward, he can play box to box CM, he could use him as a CDM if you really wanted to. It's not a bad card. I'm nitpicking. I just don't want it, you know. That's it. That's the long and short of it. I just don't fancy it. It's a shame it's only there for 2 days, to be honest. If it was there a week, then I could sort of reassess and things. But you do require an 85 and 84 rated team. It's going to cost me in excess of about 160, 170k. We do have a lot of untradeable, high rated untradables in the club. We could probably knock off, I would say, about 70k. So for about 100,000 coins, we could get that Boateng card. And it's not bad. And I could probably work it in there chemistry-wise, and that would be instead of Steven Gerrard for the time being. Until maybe further on down the line, where we can afford to go and get Steven Gerrard or maybe Jari Littmanen. Now, I want an icon more than anything else, but I don't want to have to sacrifice the entire team to do it, you know. There's a line. selling both fullbacks is where I draw it. You know, maybe I don't mind selling Shaqiri so much and a few other bits and bobs in the club. Gutting it completely is fine. I just don't want to sell Dybala because I need him. I don't want to sell Mertens because he's fantastic. Don't want to change Fabinho and Firmino. So I'm limited. I might have to wait. But then again, we could do this. Is this a better card than Pjanic? Should I do this and slap in about 100k for it? Maybe I should build it and see what it looks like. I don't know. Let me know what you think, because we do have a day to do. Wait, 2 days to do this. Let me know in the comments what you think. Should I do this for now? Put him in there instead of Pjanic, and then see what rewards are like on Thursday. And then if we have anywhere near enough money to do the icon, go and get Jari Litmanen, go and get Gerrard, and Boateng would be a super sub or something. Or is it just pointless and I should be a little bit more patient and just wait to see what happens? Let me know what you think about that as we move on very briefly before we end the episode to this card, because this was top comment. Excuse me. This was top comment. Is this card, left back Tierney, is that the best left back in the game? Personally, I don't think it is. I think it's top 3 though. I think, well, I say top 3, maybe top 4, possibly top 5 at a push. But it's definitely up there, right? My opinion, the best left back in the game is UCL Telles, right? It just is. And it's going to get better when they progress through the group as well, right? You've got the likes of Alexandro, who's a very good left back. You've got that inform Robertson, which even the pros use, so must have something about it. But that Tierney card is great. I don't have his in-game stats to look at right now, but I've compared him on Footbin, and he's got a very nice card compared to someone like Alexandro, compared to Robertson. I think he's probably better than Robertson. The issue with that, and what instantly puts me off, and I haven't even considered doing it, because what's the point? You can't get chem to him without sacrificing 2 positions, or at least 1 position. If you want to use that, you have to go and get yourself either a Scottish Celtic centre mid, or centre back, or get 2 SPFL players around him to give him the chem. And there just aren't enough players in that league that have the quality that this guy does. It's just not a thing. So for me, a lot of people are going to be like, well, you could just sub him on right from the get-go. I hate doing that. It's a waste of a sub, and it's annoying to have to press pause every time you want to start a game to bring on a player. And then you have to wait for the ball to go to play, blah, blah, blah. I can't be bothered with it. So even though that is a relatively cheap SBC, and it's one of the better defenders in the game, and I would definitely recommend it if you're a Celtic fan, but other than that, you're just not going to fit it in your team. And it's a massive shame that chemistry exists in this game, because that card is very, very nice. And I would definitely like to get that instead of my Telles, so that I could free up the coins for Telles. Because with the sheer number of cards I've got from Bronze Pack Method, I mean, I've been selling them, but if I hadn't been selling them, I could have done this SBC twice by now. So, you know, it is what it is. That's going to do it for today's episode. I've asked a couple of questions. Hopefully you guys can give me some answers in the comments. The dream, of course, would be to possibly play a 4-2-3-1 eventually. Use Jari Litmanen as a cam, Steven Gerrard as a CDM, instead of the likes of Nainggolan, and then, you know, the rest of it would sort of write itself. But at the moment, I want to play a 4-3-2-1, and that's pretty much what I'm thinking. As much as I want Jari Litmanen, Steven Gerrard is definitely the better fit there. So I am probably around 150,000 coins away, and I can keep Dybala. So I need 150k. I'm going to try and do as much Bronze Pack Method as I possibly can, and I might try and gut the club as much as I can without touching the starting 11. Let me know what you think in the comments. Should I just wait and see what happens on Thursday, or should I do whatever I can to get this card in the team right now, or should we disregard that completely and go and get ourselves the... not Bost. Who the hell is Bost? Go and get the Boateng. Kevin Prince Boateng, 87 rated. It doesn't fit like that for Kem, sorry, but I mean, it will once we sort of shake things around a little bit. Do we get him in there? I mean, yeah, good card, but he's got a high attacking work rate. I'm not sure I like that, but either way, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. If you have enjoyed it, do me a favour and smack that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and until the next time, goodbye.